You've seen them everywhere, on utility poles, in big green boxes in your neighborhood, even inside your phone charger. There's this silent, unassuming device that literally makes our modern world possible. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this unsung hero of electricity, the transformer. Okay, so just think about this for a second. A power plant is cranking out hundreds of thousands of volts. I mean, that's a crazy amount of energy, right? Enough to arc across the air. And yet, that very same energy trickles into your phone at just a handful of volts. So what gives? How do we bridge that enormous gap? Well, that's the exact question we're here to answer. All right, so how does this thing actually work? To get to the bottom of it, we've got to look inside the box. And you know what? It's probably way simpler than you think. Seriously, at its heart, a transformer is really just three basic parts working together. That's it. Two coils of wire and a chunk of iron linking them. No gears, no pistons, nothing complicated. Let's take a look at each one. First up, you've got the primary winding. Just think of this as the in-door. It's the coil where all that high-voltage electricity from the power grid first comes in. And then on the other side, you have the secondary winding. You guessed it, this is the outdoor. This is the coil that sends the newly transformed energy on its way, whether that's to your house or straight to your laptop charger. Now, what links these two together? The iron core. And this part is absolutely key. It's basically a magnetic superhighway that grabs the magnetic field from that first coil and channels it perfectly over to the second one without losing much energy along the way. And here's the really wild part. These two coils, N1 and N2, they never actually touch. They're totally separate. They're just linked by that magnetic field in the core. And believe it or not, that simple, elegant idea is the entire secret behind this whole thing. Okay, so this is where the real magic happens. How in the world does energy leap across that gap if the wires aren't touching? Well, it all comes down to a super important principle in physics called electromagnetic induction. It's kind of like a four-step dance. First, you feed an alternating current, AC, into that first coil. That creates a magnetic field that's constantly changing. Step two, the iron core grabs that changing field, that magnetic flux. And finally, that moving, changing magnetic field cutting across the second coil, well, it forces a new voltage to appear, and poof, you get your AC output. And you can see that flow perfectly right here. That incoming current, I1, it's not steady, it's AC, so it's always pulsing, flipping back and forth. This creates a magnetic field that's also constantly growing, shrinking, and flipping. The iron core takes all that chaotic magnetic energy, that's the flux, that phi symbol, and channels it right through the second coil. And it's that constant change that's so important. It gets the electrons in that second coil all riled up and forces a new current, I2, to start flowing. It's an amazing way to transfer energy without anything physically touching. Okay, so now we know how it works, but how do we control it? How do you tell a transformer, hey, I need more voltage, or I need less? Turns out there's a really, really simple rulebook for that. It all boils down to one single thing, the transformation ratio. People in the know just call it K. And all it is the number of turns of wire on the second coil divided by the number of turns on the first one. That's it. That one little ratio is the master control for the entire device. And this is what's so cool. The relationship is dead simple. The ratio of your output voltage to your input voltage is exactly the same as that turn ratio. So, if you want to double the voltage, you just put twice as many turns of wire on the second coil. It's literally that straightforward. But wait, there's a twist. This is the truly brilliant part. Look at how the current fits into this equation. It's flipped. It's the inverse. And this shows us the fundamental trade-off. There's no free lunch in physics. If you step up the voltage, you have to step down the current. And if you step down the voltage, the current goes up. The power stays the same. Power in basically equals power out. And that trade-off gives us our two main flavors of transformer. First, you've got the step-up transformer. This one has more turns on the output side, so it cranks up the voltage but drops the current. Why would you do that? Well, it's perfect for sending electricity over super long distances without losing a lot of energy. Then you've got the step-down transformer. This does the exact opposite. Fewer turns on the output, so it drops the voltage way down, but brings the current up. And that's what makes the power safe enough to use in your home or to charge your phone. All right, let's tie this all together. Let's go back to that first question about the power plant and your phone. Why is this little box so unbelievably important? So here's the recap. It's all about that magic of induction. One coil's changing current, creating a magnetic field that makes a current flow in a second coil. And the master control is just the ratio of wire turns that lets us step the voltage way up high to shoot power across the country efficiently, and then step it way back down so it's safe to use when it gets to us. That simple, elegant dance is no exaggeration what makes our modern electrical world go round. And that just leaves us with one last thought. You know, the basic ideas behind this thing are from the 1800s. For over a century and a half, this box of wire and iron has been the quiet, reliable workhorse of our entire civilization. So it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? In our world of AI and quantum computing, what could ever take its place? What's going to be the next big breakthrough in how we move power?